Hi, I'm your host, Marsha Florence for Just Ask. Today's show, ladies and gentlemen, is Community Development Partnerships. Hurry back and join us. Hi, I'm your host, Marsha Florence for Just Ask. Today's show, ladies and gentlemen, is Community Development Partnerships, and we have the Development Partnership Officer himself, David Watkins. Good morning, David.
Hi, Marsha. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm super excited. I'm doing really well.
All right. Now, David, I'm excited because you guys come and see us every year around the same time to tell us about the wonderful grants that are set aside, I'm going to say, for our disabled and our elderly and our veterans. So I want you to fill us in on what we're expecting this year from Level 1 Bank.
Okay, Marsha, what we have is we have the Accessibility Modification Program, or AMP as it's referred to as the acronym, and the program is designed to help persons with disability and seniors. What we want to do is we want to make the house more accessible for them, make it more comfortable for them to remain in the home. We understand that a lot of times seniors, they struggle inside the home to do the day-to-day things that they do. Yeah. And what we want to do is help them to be able to function a normal life in their household.
Okay, and I'm so glad and honored that you guys come to us to allow us to help get the word out about the AMP program, because a lot of times every year around the same time people are scrambling looking for some services to utilize to get their home repaired or the home modified.
Sure.
So we get lost in transition, like it's been winter all the time and it's now it's all of a sudden spring, and you can see the broken up porch, or you can see the narrowing doorways and stuff, and somebody say, I wish I had some money. But you guys come along and offer this grant opportunity.
Right.
Okay, so when you say it's a grant, what is the process?
So it's a grant. They don't have to pay it back. The limit that they can apply for is $12,000. It was reduced slightly from $15,000 last year to $12,000 this year. And what they would need is they would need to fall within under the 80% AMI income limit. And generally speaking, I haven't seen the AMI limits right now. They were just released last week. So we're anticipating that one person household generally can't make more than around $36,000.
Okay, now what is AMI?
AMI is area median income. It's the poverty level within that neighborhood or within that zip code.
Okay. Okay, so normally, because people can apply.
Yes.
And then the process for them to find out, you guys do the paperwork. Now, I know that you're saying that you're partnering with someone this year. Who are you partnering with this year?
This year we're partnering with several different agencies. One of them is People's Community Service, but one of our new agencies that we're partnering with is the Disability Network.
Okay.
So we're looking forward to partnering with them and helping some of their clients be approved for these grants. Okay. And it's a great program. A couple of the types of repairs are ramps that go in and out of the house, lifts that help them get up and down the steps. We're doing bathroom remodels where we're doing walk-in showers, grab bars, things of that nature, walk-in tubs. A lot of our clients love that because they can't get in and out of the bathtub. Right. So a lot of times with a walk-in tub, they're able to access that and be able to take a bath normally like everyone else.
That's beautiful, because some of the older homes don't have the modern day fixtures.
Exactly.
And people are saying, I can't take a bath, and I'm unable to take a shower. And so some of them are resorting to, a side bed bath or something like that, or just missing the bath altogether. And it's just sad that we can't modify our homes in the frame that we're in with the monies that we have. But you guys come along and provide a service that's well deserved amongst the community.
Well, it's very expensive. Okay, those
yeah.
types of repairs are extremely expensive. What we have is we have a pool of contractors that we work with that understand how to make these repairs. They work with us because they get more clients. Okay, so they give us discounted prices on a lot of the repairs. And because $12,000 isn't a lot, but it'll do a lot if we're working with someone that will, discount some of the price and help us along the way.
Modifying a bathroom is worth it.
Oh, yeah.
And what about kitchens? Is other areas of the house too?
Yes, absolutely. So there's what we're doing is we're lowering kitchen cabinets. Okay, maybe different remodeling the flooring. There's a couple of different things that we can do around the house that's eligible repairs. There's a list of eligible repairs.
But it makes the home accessible.
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay. Now, but the person they own the home?
They must own the home, so that's another caveat. So they have to own the home and live in it a minimum of 6 months, okay? And if they have a warranty deed, as long as they're on title to the property and the property doesn't have any
liens or anything on it? Yeah.
It has to be insured. If it's able to be insured, a lot of times they need the rehab to be insured, to insure the home. But as long as the tax issues are under control, then they have a very good chance of qualifying.
And sometimes a lot of homeowners don't have insurance. Would that be an issue though?
If they don't have insurance, and so that's to my point, saying that if the house is uninsurable because it needs the rehab, I'll make the argument for the client that we need this grant in order to repair the house, to make it to pass inspection so that they can get insurance on the home.
Did you hear that, people? Did you hear that? Okay, well
that's not a guarantee,
right?
But I will make the argument with the funder to say, hey, this is a property that's in an area, it's not insurable because they need the rehab to obviously pass inspection on the home.
But that's good to know in itself, because really a lot of people are sitting here saying, oh man, it counts me out. I don't even have a chance to apply, but they can apply and at least know that there's a possibility with a person like yourself representing them to argue the point the house will be insurable if we can make these repairs, because it will bring the value of the house up?
Absolutely. It improves the property value, stabilizes the neighborhood. So that's essentially what we want to do. We want to stabilize the neighborhood. We want to make it that not only that they can remain in the home, but generally speaking, if you do this to enough clients in that neighborhood, you begin to see the stabilization that occurs within it.
That's beautiful.
So it's a great program. It's very limited. We're only able to help 25 people with this program because of the funding. But a lot of times, 25 people, that's still a lot.
25.
That's $300,000.
Right.
Okay.
25 grateful people. That's all.
Absolutely. It may be more than that because not everyone will use all of the $12,000. So some of the repairs may be less than that. It depends on what they need. We also have another grant too. We have a grant that's for $7,500 for small home repairs. That's not was for seniors. It is for anyone that falls within the income limit criteria. So that will entail roofs, windows, downspout gutters, siding, security doors, glass block windows, that kind of thing.
I'm just glad to hear about it. So I tell you what, we're going to take a break, and ladies and gentlemen, when we come back, we'll have some more great information about community development partnerships, Level 1 Bank. We'll be right back.
When I was president, diabetes affected nearly 10 million Americans. Today, more than 21 million children and adults are affected by diabetes, and another 54 million people are at risk of developing this disease. Type 2 diabetes can be prevented, and I want to encourage you to get involved and help stop this epidemic. Call the American Diabetes Association to get a special Jimmy Carter Diabetes Care Package.
In 1990, in Severn, Maryland, the daughter of a clergyman was discovered by a music industry insider while pumping gas at a service station. The odds of her getting signed and spending 11 weeks at #1 on the U.S. singles charts? 1 in 19 million. The odds of this former church choir singer going on to sell 40 million records? 1 in 15 million. The odds of the same woman winning 6 Grammy Awards and starring in 2 Broadway plays? 1 in 75 million. The odds of this musician and performer having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 100,000. 150. I'm Toni Braxton, and I encourage you to learn the signs of autism at autismspeaks.org. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference.
America's greatness was not crafted in skyscrapers alone, but on the ground by those who could see what needed to be done. Volunteers who in service stepped forward onto the dust of the moon, the levee in the heartland, the marble steps of a dream. You may ask yourself, where's my moon, my levee, my dream? Well, it's here, with you. Step forward. Help renew America at usaservice.org.
Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys are much too much. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We're going to beat them and bust them. Beat them.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Let's get a little bit rowdy. R-O-W-D-Y.
Take time to be a dad
One more
today.
time. Oh, those boys are much too much.
And welcome back to the second half of the show. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just not tuning in, you know you need to get your pen and paper out. Why? Because David Watkins from Level 1 Bank is talking about community partnership today. So, David, I know I want to go back to you, but I want to introduce your partner for today, which is Lori Hill Sanders, Executive Director of Disability Network, Wayne County, Detroit. Good morning, Mrs. Hill Sanders.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. Glad to have you with us.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Okay. Now, you know, we can't just do this show without introducing you and finding out what goes on at Disability Network of Wayne County, Detroit. Tell us about yourself, your role there, and what's the service of Disability Network.
I'm the Executive Director of the Disability Network, Wayne County, Detroit, and our mission is to break barriers for individuals with disabilities. We break barriers, and more importantly, we work with individuals with disabilities so that they can be more inclusive within the community, and we work with communities so that through education and advocacy so that they can be inclusive and accessible for individuals with disabilities so that they can live independently.
Okay. Well, you know, a lot of people somehow don't seem to get the message about inclusion when it comes to persons with disabilities and seniors, matter of fact, you know. So we're all about partnership and community services and rights for our elderly and disabled. And so I appreciate both of you coming. And David, I wanted to get back to you because what will this partnership with the disability management mean?
Okay, so our partnership, what it means is that we're actually spreading the wealth. Okay, so we're able to move the program into different communities, and the Disability Network serves communities that we probably haven't served in recent past. So what it does is it gives us a chance to bridge that and work together to serve that community and to maybe get in some areas that we weren't maybe addressing before in the past. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, Lori, at this point, when you guys come together, for your clients, you will be servicing your clients from Wayne County, Detroit?
Yes, that is correct. And more importantly, this program, we have a nursing home transition program, which is, it's been changed to community transition. And a lot of times individuals, they want to leave the nursing home, they want to leave that institutionalized setting, and they want to return back to the community, and they want to live independently. A lot of times they may have homes that they may own, but due to the lack of accessibility in the home, they're unable to go back to their home. So with this partnership, this will allow our consumers that are coming back into the community to live into their homes, so for their homes to actually be accessible so that they are able to live independently in the community in their homes.
That's great. Now, David, you sure you guys only going to service 25 people? Because
Well-
it sounds like you need to do at least 125 people.
Well, you know-
Okay, we got to talk to Level 1 Bank Management. Okay.
You know, well, the demand is always insurmountable. You know, it's no way that we'll be able to touch everyone. But, you know, the thing is, as long as we're able to identify the different neighborhoods, different communities, we're able to serve different communities that we didn't possibly serve last year, that's going to work for us, and that's going to work for different parts of the Detroit region. what we're trying to be is more regional. You know, we're trying to spread the wealth. And I don't want to set this program down in the same community every year, even though I know Detroit is big, you know, Wayne County is big, but we also want to take a look at Oakland County. We want to take a look at Macomb. There are individuals out there that that have a need, and that they have the least amount of resources. Seniors and persons with disability have always been near and dear to my heart. So working with Lori and the Disability Network is spot on. It gives us a chance to reach maybe an area that we probably didn't know existed. You know?
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
You know what, and let me ask you this. Is Level 1 Bank the only banking services that's doing something like this? Because I've never heard of any other branch of service, of banking service that has grants, money set aside for the disabled and the elderly. I mean, I'm proud to always have you come and tell us, because I've never heard of any other banking institution doing such a thing.
Well, the Federal Home Loan Bank of Indianapolis is our funder, and there are other member banks within the Federal Home Loan Bank conglomerate, I guess you could say. You know, there are other member banks that's part of them, that's members of them. So, but we don't necessarily want to refer them out to different banks. You know, there are a couple of others that I have alliances with that we share referrals.
In Michigan?
In Michigan. We only serve Michigan. This program serves eight states, but you know, we're only concentrated on Michigan because that's the area where we do most of our lending and, you know, our community development.
Well, what I'm saying is that, you know, not to mention any names, but some of the main branches that most people bank at, I've never heard them say anything about, you know, a grant that's available for persons with disabilities or senior citizens to get home repairs. You know, and if I have to investigate, I will. But I'm just saying, Level 1 has come to our door 3 times, you know, and told us about the wonderful services. And each year we have a chance to meet with one of your wonderful community partners. Sure. And it just lets us know what the community partnership means in development with grants for persons with disabilities and senior citizens. Now, what I like the most is that if a person has never heard of Disability Network, then they finally will today, you know, and they'll get a chance to get some information or resources, because a lot of people don't know about some of the agencies that are doing wonderful things, in inclusion with the banks.
Well, there's a lot of different programs that are out, just some weatherization programs that are out that once our funding, you know, is exhausted, then we'll try and refer them to different agencies or different programs that we may know of. But until, you know, our goal is to try to help as many people as we can. After that, you know, I'll try and you know, spin the Rolodex and see if there's other resources out there to help. But we're always trying to help. So we're all in the same fight together, you know, so it's not like, you know, we're in it by ourselves. There are other banks, there are other nonprofits. Everybody's trying to stabilize housing. Everybody's trying to help seniors and persons with disability remain in these homes. And the Disability Network is 100%, you know, spot on with that.
That's good. That's good. Now, so individual who's interested in this program, how do they get in contact? What do they need to do?
Okay, well, first of all, they contact Level 1 Bank. They can contact, feel free to contact me, and I will make sure that I get the referral to the person that you know, that will be able to help them, be able to triage them, take their information, take their documentation, and we can assess and find out if they are eligible for the program. You know, once because it's going to be a big demand.
Oh, yeah.
Once after
the
May
door
6th,
is open,
there's going to be a line going around the corner, right?
But
It always is. Now, but you know, so in order for it not to be, you know, to get out of control, we have to be able to manage the referrals, because they're going to be coming in, and people are just going to be coming in from everywhere.
Well, first come, first serve.
It's
but
first come, first serve.
Hey, when they hear about it, you know, they can't help but say, "Oh my goodness, there's a chance for me to get some money, you know, to fix my home," and that's a wonderful thing. So, but where are the branches, or how many branches are there?
Well, we have
located.
We have 12 locations, but the main location that we want them to be able to come to is our downtown headquarters at 1420 Washington Boulevard in downtown Detroit. Correct.
Okay.
But we also have a branch office in Ferndale. We also have one in Macomb County, in Sterling Heights. We're centrally located. But I also have community partners. I'm hoping that, you know, we're able to set up maybe an area where the Disability Network may be able to take some referrals for us, or maybe give us their referrals, and then and we'll make sure we get to
So,
serving
Lord,
them.
we know you got referrals, okay?
Yeah.
Like, no doubt, she got
Right.
referrals now, okay? So that won't be a problem.
It won't be a problem at all. But you know, here's the thing: we're going to get referrals, but not everyone's going to qualify. So that's the object is to try to find the ones that have the greatest need, okay, and that are have a very good chance of qualifying.
Well,
I'll
you
put it
know
that
what?
way.
I just hope that the people of Wayne County and the other counties apply. Just that's the main thing is
Yeah.
to apply. So I tell you what, we're going to take a break, and ladies and gentlemen, get your pen and paper out. You know you better write this down. We'll be right back.
Appreciation. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Today in America, drug and alcohol addiction is a major public health crisis. Addiction is one of the defining public health crises of our time. There is no single face of addiction. It impacts all of us and our families. Opioid overdose takes a life every 19 minutes. The time has come to improve prevention and to stop treating addiction as a moral failing. We need to start seeing it for what it is, a chronic disease of the brain that must be treated with urgency and compassion. More than 27 million people use illicit drugs or misuse prescription drugs. Over 66 million people binge drink at least once a month. Together, we can change the conversation and focus on preventing substance use disorders and connecting people who are suffering with the treatment, services, and recovery support they need. We will not hide from this issue because it's hard to talk about. Prevention works. Treatment is effective. Recovery is possible for everyone. For the first time, the United States Surgeon General has prepared a report on alcohol, drugs, and health. Our goal, to provide real hope for the millions of people and their families suffering from addiction. Together, we can prevent alcohol and drug-related addiction, and with treatment, we can give those suffering a new outlook on life. Facing Addiction in America, the Surgeon General's report on alcohol, drugs, and health. To read the report, please visit addiction.surgeongeneral.gov.
And welcome back to the last half of the show. Now, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, get your pen and paper out. You're going to want to call Level 1 Bank, the downtown Detroit branch, okay? Or you want to call Disability Network and find out some more. Did I say that right? Disability Network. Okay, Disability Network of Wayne County, Detroit. Get some information from them in reference to their services and their involvement with Level 1 Bank. So, Lori, can I get your phone number where they can contact your office? Okay.
We're located in the Samaritan Center at 555 Conner Street. That's Detroit, Michigan. Our email address or website is www.waynecountydetroit.org, and the telephone number at our office is 313-923-1655.
Okay, and David, for your branch?
Well, they can feel free to call me direct. That way I can direct them to, because we have other community partners as well, and because the demand is going to be so strong. So they can call me directly at 248-871-0943. Again, that's 248-871-0943. And I will receive the information through either my email, my cell phone. Everything's connected together. So I'll get the referral, or they can go on Level 1 Bank's website at level1bank.com, and they can make a request that way.
That's
and
good.
we'll make sure we address the referral.
All right, now we have some literature here. So it says Accessibility Modification Program. So can a person request to get this in the mail or something, or do they come to the office?
That's a flyer, yes. They can get that in the mail. I can email it to them. But what I really want to do is I want to find out if they're eligible to qualify. So I have a checklist, but I don't send it out to everyone. But what I will do is give them the checklist. They can go over it, see if they have the items, or they can begin to collect that.
But people want to know, what this would, entail. So this literature here is very important. Yeah, and then the second one is Neighborhood Impact Program. What's
Correct. That's the program that's just general home repairs, such as roofs, replacement, downspouts, gutters, siding, security doors, And that's
Okay.
the basic home repair.
Okay, so is this another program?
It's a different grant. It's a separate grant, but with the accessibility modification, that has a $7,500 limit.
Okay.
The accessibility modification program has a $12,000 limit, but with AMP, there are some repairs, some portion of AMP is eligible for NIP type repairs. So if they were getting like a bathroom remodel and they had money left over, or they didn't, they wanted to use the maximum of $12,000, maybe there's a portion of a percentage of that money can be used maybe for some AMP type, some NIP type.
So
repairs.
if I got to 12,000 and it didn't cover the cost of my bathroom, say was like 8, I still have some money left over. I can use that for another part of my home.
Well, what you want to do is we'll know what types of repairs, how we're going to allocate the funds when we make the request.
Okay.
So, so we'll know exactly how much the bids are going to, because we need 2 bids for any repairs that we're going to have done. Okay, we have the contractors for AMP, so that at least shores up some of the,
Okay.
the
So they don't have to run around
They don't have to
trying
work trying to find contractors. We have contractors for AMP
So that's what I'm
that
talking
we
about.
work with. So,
don't get me wrong. You have to get estimates. You have to get them. But
Right.
a lot of people are turned off about getting estimates. Oh,
Yeah.
they'll never come out here. And a lot of companies no longer do free estimates.
Right.
And then some companies frown at the fact that the money is coming from a third party.
Right. Well, we have contractors we worked with for over 7 years, and well, I've worked with not only at this financial institution, but at a financial institution I was at prior to coming here. So they got great reputations. They do incredible work. Very,
Okay.
I can't get any better contractors than the ones I have on my team right now.
That's great.
And yeah, they do incredible work. So. We try to make it one-stop shopping as much as we can, but we do need 2 bids. So, but if they're welcome, if they have a contractor that they would like to have perform the work that they know of, they're welcome to bring that bid in, and we'll submit the bids. And if the job is awarded, then
That's
so
good.
So be it.
That's
yeah.
good. Well, at least we have options.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, either I go with the contractors you have,
Yep.
or I have my own, and then the bid goes into place.
Correct. And then,
Okay.
so we know exactly how much, so when the grant comes in, the exact dollar amount is going to match what the grant, is going to be. So, there will be no money left over unless, you know what I mean?
Well, that's fine to know.
But-
I mean,
right.
if I'm asking for a repair, I'm not looking for the difference. I just
Right.
want to make sure that everything is covered in my repair
Right.
request.
Right.
So that's important.
Yeah, it has to zero out.
A ramp is not cheap.
Right. Oh, no.
A bathroom modification
Right.
is definitely
Not
not cheap.
Right.
A kitchen,
Right.
all those things are not cheap. So
Right.
we do want the people who apply have the opportunity to know that, put your best foot forward, say what it is you need and make it to the penny so that you can actually
Exactly.
get this funding.
Exactly,
Okay.
and that's really important, because a lot of times, like you said, 12,000 is not a lot for those types of repairs, but we work with contractors that they do enough work for us
Right.
that they'll discount the price and
Will you
they'll
send
make it
some
fit.
of those guys my way? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Okay. Well, that's wonderful. And you know what? And David, next time you come, you got to bring some of your clients who have been serviced, so people
Yeah.
can see, because a lot of people are like, sure.
Some testimonials.
Right. Give us some
Yeah.
testimonial.
Oh, I got
people.
plenty of 'em.
Okay.
Yeah.
You could even email them to us, and we're gonna post them up.
Yeah.
And definitely get that out. Okay.
Absolutely, I sure
Okay.
will.
Now, hey, don't make this your only visit.
No.
Okay, come back again. Okay, and Lori Hill Sanders from Disability Network, would you come back and see us again?
Absolutely.
Okay, we got to learn more about Disability Network of Wayne County, Detroit. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got to wrap it up, because hey, we want you to get those applications in as soon as you see this program. All right. All right. So if you have questions, give us a call. 1-800-323-5336. 1-800-323-5336. Twitter, #Marsha. You know the rules. All that stuff is at the bottom of the page. And tune in to the podcast. If I tell you about that, I'll tell you about it next time. But in the meantime, definitely want you to get in touch with Level 1 Bank and Disability Network to get that application in for your home modification. All right, I'm your host, Marsha Florence, for Just Ask. And what do I always say? If you know a person with a disability, or if you just have a general question, don't be afraid to ask. Just ask. I'm your host. Thank you.